Hey guys, I know I look really rough, but I just wanted to come on here quickly and say that I was wrong. You know how hard it is to just admit when you're wrong? But I was wrong about Toy Story 4. I was. Now anybody who knows me knows that I think Toy Story 4 ruined Woody's character. It was completely out of character. It's not something I could have ever predicted he would do because it doesn't make sense for his character. I do think it, was kind of a retcon of sorts. I don't think we saw anything that would, show us that Woody had a change in his philosophy. Whereas his original philosophy is that, loyalty to one's kid. And we see that throughout Toy Story 4, he has this loyalty to Bonnie, which is why he goes with her to preschool, which is why he's, gives her the tools to create Forky. He has, one of his biggest characters, one of the biggest things that make up his character is the fact that he has this loyalty to his kid, no matter who the kid is. So I still believe all of that stuff. I do. Where I was wrong at is I was wrong to say or to assume that just because, maybe Woody wasn't kept in character. I was wrong to say that, or to think, I don't think I ever said it out loud, but to think that Toy Story 4 has no value. Toy Story 4 has so much value. And I don't think anyone is stupid enough to realize that, to realize that Toy Story 4 goes against Woody's character and that to not be a conscious decision. What I think happened was they decided to prioritize their message. They decided to prioritize the message over keeping Woody in character. That's what I think happened. So to keep Woody in character would be to have him go back to Bonnie and with the rest of the crew or whatever. And, it would have felt good. It would have felt fine, in your heart. You would have liked an ending like that. What makes Toy Story 4 sad is the fact that you're basically, in more ways than one, you're watching someone grow up and choose themselves. And I think that is the most valuable lesson you can teach someone who grew up watching Toy Story. The people who grew up watching Toy Story are now 26, 27, 28. And at some point, now I do want to credit Big Joel, YouTuber, you know him, maybe, I don't know, for saying this first. But at some point, there comes a time in your life where you just have to realize that the jig is up, pretty much. You had a good thing in your life, right? The high school days, the party days. It's okay to sit back and realize that was one of the most carefree, funnest times of your life. You had no responsibilities. You could stay out till whenever and your body still felt great, right? You didn't need that much sleep and you were just on it, It's okay to sit down with that thought, realize that those were good times. But it's also equally important to realize when a good thing is over. You cannot, at 27, 28, you cannot be out partying till the crack of dawn like you used to when you were a teenager. You do have responsibilities now. You have that car note. You have your rent. You have all of this stuff. It is okay to realize, hey, like what he did, I had a good thing with Andy. I had such a good thing with Andy. We had a bond. We made each other's lives fulfilling and great and amazing. But at this point in time, that ship has sailed. It is time to move on. The jig is up. I had a good thing and it's gone, and that's okay because my story isn't over. And it's okay to not devote your life to one thing, you know? Whereas for Woody, that one thing he devoted his life to was his kid, was to Andy. He devoted himself to Andy. He did not devote himself to Bonnie. And so he tried to recreate the magic of his relationship with Andy with Bonnie, and it just wasn't the same. And for me to kind of make an analogy, which I kind of did already, it would be like a 30-year-old still going to the club, still staying out till 4 a.m., still trying to relive the high school jock party or, frat boy, 23, 22 bar hopping days, still trying to live that out when that ship has sailed. It was fun. It was carefree. It was a different time. And you can accept that. And you can look back on it nostalgically and fondly. But at some point, you have to do a Woody. You have to pull a Woody. Yes, my identity is tied to being this super carefree, fun party girl, right? It's okay. That's fine. That is who I am. That's always who I am. That'll always be a part of who I am. But I'm not 23, 24, 25. I'm not those ages anymore. I'm actually 23, but, like when I get 30, I'll have to sit there and be like, okay, I'm not those ages anymore. I can't do it like that anymore. I got back pain. I got kids, when I have kids or whatever. You cannot sit stagnant and kind of deny yourself a future of possibilities based on what you decided your identity is at a point in time. Woody decided that he was the most loyal toy in the world to Andy. He decided that. And he tried to recreate that magic with Bonnie. And I feel like that is very admirable of him. And even though I do feel like the Woody we know would never choose himself selfishly over his kid, I think the director, the writers, the scriptwriter, the creator of Toy Story 4 just wanted to show they chose the message over story. They chose the message over Woody's character because they know who their audience is. Their audience are those people who grew up watching Toy Story, who are now 26, 27, 28. We're not teenagers anymore. We have responsibility now. We cannot remain fixed to what we decided our personalities were back when we were in high school. At some point, we do have to put a lid on it and realize what we had back then was great. And it is okay to move on and choose ourselves. At whatever point you are in life, you don't have to anchor down to any personality. You don't have to anchor down to any definition of yourself you may have created. Life is all about exploring what you love, exploring what you like, making the most of the time that you have on this planet. And I do think it's unfair to, force Woody to anchor down to a personality where he remains a servant of a kid. In story, in universe, it makes sense for his character, but when you apply his story to real life, come on, it's toys. How do you apply that to real life? Come on, guys, it's an allegory for a kid growing up. That's basically what Woody's story is with Andy. Andy sort of acts as the parent and Woody as the kid. Or is it the other way around? I don't know. It could be the other way around. But at some point, you do just have to realize, on the flip side of this, if Woody's supposed to be an allegory for the parent, your kid is independent now. You can't be a helicopter parent. There were the good times when your kid would get a scratch or a boo-boo and they would come to mommy. Your kid just wanted to stay by your side, right? Like when you're watching TV, your kid just wanted to cuddle up next to you and watch it with you. Now they want to hang out with their friends. Now they want to go ride their bikes with their friends. Now they want to go to the movies with a significant other, possibly. Basically, the overall message is that it is not fair to make somebody anchor down to like what they decided years ago. And it is okay to like realize once something good has ended. And it's important to realize once something good has ended. That's a really big thing. You don't want to be chasing the glory days when that ship has sailed. And I think that's my final word on it.
Here's what I